This is the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet together for your amusement. This is episode 126, posted December 2017. The Mole Who Cried Boy.
So what do you guys want?
I have been sneak attacking with the wrong number of dice, just so people know. In future, I will be rolling more damage with my sneak attack.
That's the better kind of wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I don't know.
You seem to be kind of an expert on this subject.
Quick point of
I
clarification.
get 3d6 instead of 1 now.
Yeah, point of clarification. What level are we?
5.
Okay, all right.
Cinco.
Just checking to make sure I had missed a level there.
Okie dokie. You are still in this room. I can tell you.
Tell me about the door, Scott. I'd like to know about this slab door.
They are beautiful.
Good talk.
I caress.
That was
Good
creepy.
talk.
Supple-skinned slab doors.
No, they're interesting in that they are kind of cantilevered in the middle, so that they turn and rotate as opposed to opening.
Oh, they're like, so we can have secret door.
Yeah, they're like Scooby-Doo doors.
Yeah, exactly. People spin around.
And that's all I wanted to tell people. But then I thought no one would care. So thank you for asking, Jason.
We do care.
I appreciate that you had the opportunity to use the word cantilevered.
You're welcome.
So I just
cantilever, it's
want to
not butter.
say,
Oh my god.
Shara's really mad right now, and she's glaring at Carlos. Like, what the bad word, dude? Like, what is happening? I don't know what
the fork?
what you were thinking.
I saved that kid.
Oh, yeah.
Where is that kid?
Wait,
I partially saved that kid.
so you're
the
saying
kid
you,
ran away.
I temporarily saved
Save
so
that
you're
kid.
saying you heard
Talk-
him through the door?
Well, there was a door, and I thought there might be something back there, and there was a kid who I saved. Because I'm a hero.
Also, he was distracted by the awesome door.
Also, there was that door, and it was right there, and it was closed, and I thought it could be more open.
Amlal has gone over to the door next to the half-orc, and he's just poking at it and spinning it around, and he looks pretty happy.
The half-orc?
Yeah, spinning the half-orc around.
Yeah, he's also doing that with his other hand.
Title.
All right, I think we need to go and see what's up with this spellcaster, what's up with this room of moving
you
rocks,
hear-
and I need my bow back.
You hear
And who is going to watch Carlos as we're doing this? Because I don't trust that dude anymore. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was told to come with you. I figured you were competent.
I think we need
but-
someone stronger than Carlos to watch Carlos. So Amal, you do that. We need someone smarter than Amal to watch Amal.
We also have a half-orc
That'll be
sitting
me.
here.
We need someone
until
less
recently was
self-serving than
attacking
Regdar to
us.
watch Regdar.
I'll just
That would be
point out-
me.
Yeah.
Those who have been with Carlos for a while might
Too long, really.
have thought that when everybody's looking at one door and Carlos is on the other side of the room staring at another door for a while,
He does have tells.
you might want to do something. Because I stood there
Yeah.
You did.
for quite a while you all talked about the other door.
Yes. So what are you going to do? There is treasure strewn on the floor amongst blood and corpses.
I don't know. All this murder really makes me think: is it even worth it?
Oh.
I actually
But I want
to
my share.
Yeah, I want to search the bodies of these guys and see if we can find any clues to, who they are, what they want.
Do we want to maybe ask the half-orc?
Yeah.
what's
Can we ask the
going on?
half-orc just a clarification?
Go ahead.
Are
He's just sitting there.
You hear him
And I'm
say, "You can't be here. You have to go.
the
You
and
have to go.
also
You can't be here."
did
to go.
Amlal kill the leader of the Bringers of Woe, or did he run away?
He is dead.
Okay, he turned to run because of the magic,
Yes, and
but
then
was
Umlal stabbed
was
him
cut
to death.
down.
Umlal did
He was
clothesline
a
him with a sword.
Black Earth Guard.
He was a Black Earth guard.
Is that just a rank within the Bringers of Woe?
Are you asking me or are you asking the half-orc?
Are you answering questions now? Because I'll ask you.
I know the answer.
Yeah, that's why we're asking you.
The orc, the half-orc is just rocking back and forth, saying, "You can't be here. You have to go. You can't be here. The Delphers, you're going to disturb the Delphers. You can't be here."
This guy's a terrible guard.
Well, he's been through a lot. Actually,
He
I mean,
watched you murder a lot of people.
we could use
They
magic.
tried to murder us first.
Yeah, but not him.
Count yourself lucky, half-orc. We didn't murder you.
He has a name. I don't remember it, but
It's
he has a name.
Grund.
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 Gotta get a
Look,
Grund.
Grund.
Where?
There's 2 ways this goes. Actually, there's like 8, but like 2 of them are the main ways. Most of those other ways are a variation on one of those ways. So I think you should think real careful about who your new friends are and who your new enemies are and what you want to eat for dinner.
Grund confused.
Yeah, Grund, you're real confused, and we're here to help you out by clarifying a few things. Grund, who do you work for?
You can't be here. I work for the Believers. They told me that no one could come in here.
Are the Bringers of Woe part of the Believers?
They're
Draw me an org chart.
there's like a dotted line report. They've been around. They're trying to help the Believers.
What are they doing in the Believers in area here?
This is where the Believers come for meetings. I'm not invited to the meetings, but I know you can't be here. You can't disturb the Delvers. I am not even allowed in this room normally.
Which way are the
disturbing
Delvers so we can
now.
make sure not to...
He points at the door that Presta has closed.
All right.
Definitely haven't opened that at any time in the past.
Well, Grund, no one's going to mess with that door. Regdar winks at everybody else. Wink, 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 wink.
Carlos walks up to his friend Grund and he says, Grund, you've done good work here.
Oh.
Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid.
We took the key.
You are covered in blood.
Well, here's what we are
I like this
do.
new good Carlos bad Regdar situation.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I want you to go back in the room where you belong. And I want
you're gonna
I
leave?
want you to close the
you can't
door.
be here.
I want you to close the door, and then we are going to leave.
All right, roll to bluff.
Can I help him with his bluff?
Yes.
Grund, look at it this way. What's worse? You fell asleep on duty and missed a bunch of stuff, or you were witness to all of this murder that happened right in front of you.
He could have been knocked out by us from behind too.
That's true. He grunts.
Doesn't need to have fallen
I rolled a
asleep.
19 plus whatever my bluff is, which is probably something.
Ponders for a moment, as only a half-orc thug can.
It's not actually bluff.
There's
Deception.
Use deception.
-1. I got an 18, so I missed.
So plus 2. So you got 20 something, a lot. And I rolled a 9. So Grund stands up slowly.
Good choice, Grund.
Says you're gonna leave. I'm trusting you. There's a circle of trust that we have created, and only we can maintain.
It's made of
It's
fine
in
metal.
blood.
Yeah, it looks like this, and I put my hands around his neck.
No.
You have to
I hold him back.
reach up.
Back, Regdar. Back.
Grund is very tall.
Regdar has suddenly become much more physically aggressive, even though he is no more physically intimidating than ever before.
And Grund backs up slowly into the cantilever door that rotates, and he
Almal pushes him through the door like it's rotating.
and it rotates and closes.
Now that we've spent some time studying,
open the other
studying
door.
these doors, one of the things that occurs to me about a cantilever door is that probably you could wedge it such that it was only open or very hard to...
Yes, you could.
All right.
If you had
Regdar studies the door intently. He wishes to master all that there is to know about cantilever doors.
Almal just shoves a bunch of stuff under the door.
So that with a single pebble or small rock, he could take down the Delver's entire door operation.
All right, well, that'll take some time. So,
Do you want me to roll doors?
Yes, please.
Also,
roll a
you're going to
door
trap this guy in here, and he's going to die of starvation. I think we should just let
There's
him
a door
sit
on the
there.
There's a door
side.
on the other
check.
side. He's fine.
You did not come down that hallway, but there is a door down.
Yeah, we could have come in past him and run into him first,
That's true.
rather than in
But
the
you avoided
middle
him
of everybody else.
Until Carlos saved that kid.
Does this statue look like something we could just shove over there?
Well, anything looks like something you could shove over with enough force.
Almal's on it.
But no,
I think we should just go in the other door.
It looks
Yep.
like an
Yeah.
ancient statue that has been there for nigh on millennia. And
Nigh
I've
on.
been waiting to say Nyan forever.
finally, thank you, Steve. As I will describe the statue again if you'd like. It's a dwarf warrior wearing chain, shirt, helm, and big boots. He's life-size and lifelike. Carries a shield on his left arm and a battle axe in his right. It has been clearly broken and then roughly put together again.
How was it broken?
And there, it's upright in a stout wooden frame. So it does look like something you could easily push over. I completely retract my previous statement.
It's been there for nigh on millennium, except for the many
That's
times
right.
that it was
Somebody
knocked over and partially
Push this
destroyed.
over. And it looks like what it looks like is that it was knocked over at some point, and they hastily, or not so hastily, created a wooden frame to hold all the pieces together again and keep it upright. So it's like, when they're cleaning the Statue of Liberty, they put the scaffolding around it. I don't really need to explain
Can I
this
tell if it's
anymore.
hollow?
Good. No, this is interesting.
You're tuning in for hour 2 of Statue Talk.
I'm going to knock on it and see if it's hollow.
It is not. If anyone wants to make an Arcana check, perhaps.
That's not gonna happen.
I could tell you something.
I guess Arcana is a Regdar kind of thing,
Love
right?
to make an Arcana check.
I rolled a 9, which
Oop, 7.
Well, you're definitely not currently a fireball.
But it may be later?
It might
Wow,
be.
Regdar
I got a
rolled a
20.
9.
I got a 20.
Presta pushes everyone aside, takes a look at it, and says, I think this bears the telltale signs of a creature who has been petrified
Oh.
oh,
And then broken.
and then broken.
that's
Yikes.
sad.
In the Dark Sun world,
And then she points to a sign on it that says Petrified Iron Star Dwarf. Because there, in fact, is a sign on it.
Presto,
you
would
go.
you happen to know, do you think petrification is a result of like a magic spell, perhaps from one of these clerics, or is there some kind of creature that would do that?
Well, whatever it was nigh on millennia ago, so I'm not sure.
All right, do any of the creatures that
Inspiration for Presta.
do any of the creatures that do that live for more than a millennia?
Well, Presta continues to read the inscription that your dungeon master forgot was there.
She saw it. It was covered in dust or something, and she just kind of wiped it off. And
There
said,
you
"Ooh,
go. And it
reading."
says, found 1459 DR, which is not a time system that anyone here is familiar with, in Cled West Quarry in broken condition.
All right. Well, let's go through this door and kill a cleric.
Before
Kind
we
of
do
a weird
that,
thing to
Oh.
decorate your hideout
who
with.
needs healing? Because I have 9 hit points and I'm not
I have 1 healing spell left,
okay.
and the potion of whatever it is.
I will tell you that I
Superior
do
healing.
not have a lot of spells. If we get into another fight like that, Regdar is just going to be throwing punches after like one round. And Regdar
Well-
is awful at throwing punches.
I'm pretty sure that there was just one guy there. I mean, we only saw one guy, and one guy kept coming and
Just
casting
one
spells.
guy. It's always
There could
just
be more.
one guy.
Well, he hasn't come back with a bunch of his pals yet, so
That's true.
hopefully that means there aren't a bunch of pals, but you never know.
You think he's got like a bunch of like Cheetos back in there, and he's just camped out?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
He's eating rocks that move.
If I had a bunch of Cheetos, I would totally just camp out and keep eating the Cheetos.
Mm-hmm. Cast and
I have
shatter
a fair
when anyone
number
messes with you.
of heals available, but I'm hesitant to use a bunch of them. But I can, if you're hurting badly, Shara, I will happily cast a Cure Wounds on you.
I mean, I'll just hang out toward the back. I'm better with my cross. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just hang out to the back. And then
You
if
know what?
something bad
Now,
happens,
it could take
then-
you. He could take you down in one hit, and he does area of effect. So I think healing's a good idea.
Yeah, I will cast a Cure Wounds on Shara,
Okay, thank you.
which does. I think it's a 1d8. +5. Okay. All right, so that's 6 hit points. Unfortunately, it's not a
Okay.
lot, but
Better than
Hopefully
nothing.
enough.
Thank you.
We can't really rest here.
Doesn't seem like it.
I don't think so. And if we leave and come back, I feel like it's just
I
going to
mean,
be.
could we do a short rest and spend some hit die?
Short rest takes an hour.
Oh yeah, I thought it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
I think we got to keep going. Although I am worried about. We can do some healing from Kochka though, right?
Well, he said he was not wanting to spend a bunch of that right now. He said he has a few.
I mean,
She said.
Yeah.
we could,
Well, he's Steve. She Kochka. It's complicated.
we could
Yep.
take an hour. I mean, an hour is long, but not ridiculous.
Well, I mean,
How,
an
how,
hour is long.
how patient
They-
is that cleric?
But they were yelling at us from above. Don't go down there. So
true.
I feel like they're probably going to be sending more people if these guys don't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think we gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of the like art. We're acting as like all of our legal claim to being in this dungeon is one based on urgency. So it's like, we were following active criminals, then we took a nap, and then we followed them some more.
It is a quick nap.
Guys, I'm worried about how this case is going to be prosecuted.
Is anybody else hurting badly for hit points?
I mean, I'm at 19, which is a decent amount, but like my max is 60, so like, and
I'm-
I've only
yeah,
got
I'm at
one rage left.
I'm at 17 out of 42.
I'm okay. I need spell slots.
And I'm okay. I'm at 35.
And I have one, like I said, I've got one more cure wounds and a
Yeah,
superior
I mean, if
healing
we get
potion,
into another
so.
big fight, I think we stand to have a lot. Of
We still also have a
potentially
griffin
All right.
that we
Let me
could,
let me cast a quick
deploy.
cure on
We
on
may.
Maul here.
All right, you know what? That griffin's a good reminder. We may, if things get bad, want to just throw a griffin down and run away.
Yep, throw down the griffin.
As you
Yeah.
do.
As you do.
I'm gonna cure
Kled
you real
style.
fast because 19 for a tank is not a lot.
Nope.
Mhm.
So there's 9 points for you,
Thank you. All right, up to 28.
and I still have some emergencies available if I need them.
Okay.
Ooh, I
wrote a
like
note to myself
emergency.
that
It's
I just read.
delicious.
What?
All right, let's go get my
What?
bow.
Just reading my notes. So, are you going to get the bow? Okay. So you open the door. Somebody opens the
Yes.
door.
I slowly open the door and peek around one of the cantilevered corners.
So the ground is still difficult terrain. The other door is still open. You see some light coming from the other door, through the doorway, and that's it.
All right. I open it and I pick up my bow.
All right, nothing happens. You are now holding in your hands your bow.
I sheathe my
Ooh.
scimitar.
Excellent. And in the corridor, there is the corpse of a friendly old man.
That's
Oh.
right.
How do we know he was friendly? Oh, that's right.
He
we met
was.
that guy.
He was
He
friendly.
just was. He acted that way towards
His
us.
actions.
What if he was just pretending to be friendly?
He was whittling. No one evil.
Well,
whittles.
he seems a little aloof now.
All right, who wants to go first, folks?
I can do it.
Carlos loves it.
Not it.
Oh.
Yeah, I vote for Carlos.
Oh no, Carlos is running. There he goes.
He's off to the races.
I expect everybody's right behind me.
I mean, this is what we determined we were going to do, so it would be weird if everybody just sort of held back and let Carlos just go by himself.
It's like we all pretend to run, and Carlos is like, let's go, and we're all like,
it might be a little
let's go
bit of
the other direction.
justice.
All right.
This is how we teach Carlos a lesson.
Carlos, I hope you're
The
learning
lesson of death.
Let's say try to teach Carlos a lesson.
Yeah, there. Mm-hmm.
All right. An enormous chamber with a 20-foot ceiling has been carved out of rock in this room. A lit lantern rests on the floor near the center of the room. An odd array of stone monoliths, some upright standing stones, and others arranged in 3 stone arches, stand around the chamber. 6 low stone slabs are set against the walls around the perimeter of the room. Each
6
holds
low stone slabs. 6 low stone
it's
slabs.
hard to say. Each holds humanoid bones dressed in scraps of tattered cloth and rusted iron. And that's all you see. And so is everybody where they want to be?
I'm going in the room.
I'll move into the
Mhm.
room more.
Yeah, I guess I'll come in too, as long as we're not getting shot at.
All right. Okay, now that everyone is
So
there,
you all die.
I need... Let's see.
You need.
Why don't we talk about what we need?
Spread out, guys. We know he has a shatter.
Oh, good idea. Is that Scott measuring things? That makes
Yeah.
me feel really great.
So Presta, Umlal, and Carlos need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, we planned this very poorly. We should have just run in and scattered, but
I know.
As a loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts, as if
I
something
fail.
has been shattered.
15.
Now, I have the ability to,
20.
with my cutting words,
I'm the
decrease the
best.
damage roll. Does that count for spells as well?
I don't know.
Me best, I think is what you
He's
need.
the best.
Let's see. So anyone who has so the damage is 14. So half of that
Ow.
oh dear.
is 7.
Oh, so I still take 7.
Yeah.
If you saved, you take 7 points of damage.
Welcome to the
I'm
saving.
at 3 hit points.
Saving doesn't really mean
Row.
saving.
I hate it.
A key part, Steve, of cutting words is when a creature that you can see.
Makes an attack roll.
You
I
cannot
think he's
see
pointing
where
out we
this came
can't
from.
see this.
Oh, I see. I
this
got you.
jackwagon.
I don't even know what a jackwagon looks
It's
like.
not good.
Oh.
Yeah, you ever hear somebody say, "Oh, Scott, you're a real jackwagon," and feel like, yeah, that sounded nice.
My mom always called me her favorite
I got bad
jackwagon.
news for these guys.
Just to chip off the old jackwagon.
Is there any indication as to where that spell originated from, or is it just
So, Steve,
burst-
spells are funny things in that no, there is not.
Steve, they're magic.
They're magic,
Anyone
you know.
can roll a perception check.
When you say anyone, do you mean we should all roll perception checks?
Yes.
That went great. 10.
11.
2. Carlos
17.
doesn't know what's going on.
18 here?
8, says Regdar.
Nobody.
And people are like, why are you just saying numbers?
Everything seems cool, man.
Okay. Things were not cool.
All right. Thanks, narrator. Almost gonna go like over here, so he's not super.
Are we
close.
allowed to just move around as if we're not in initiative order?
You
Because
may
as
move
if,
around.
as if someone has not just cast Shatter on us?
Correct.
Nobody said roll initiative.
All right. I'm just
Nobody
trying
said
to dungeon master, looking out for another dungeon master.
I know. In this case, what I'm doing. So, but I appreciate the effort.
All right. I just
Did you just say in this case you know what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
That's what he said.
Sometimes I don't. So you can see in this. This is a big room. You see these bones. What are people doing?
I'll let you
I'm
investigate. one of
casting
these
my
things.
last healing spell on myself. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Scott, can I investigate this sack of bones over here?
Sure. You see the sack of bones is on a stone slab, and there are. It appears to be a skeleton. This skeleton has a crushed arm, and yeah, there you go.
Me think they delve too deep.
It's pretty deep. You don't, Umlal, not the sharpest tack in the box, so you cannot determine what race these.
Umlal not even in box.
What about this one next?
Who put Umlaw in the box? Take Umlaw out of the box immediately.
What about the one next to Presta?
So Presta is much sharper. So you know,
I have quite a bit of medicine as well, so
you know that this is a human skeleton.
Medicine not help him, Presta. He dead.
thanks, Samuel.
That's true. And his chest cavity has been seemingly crushed, and you know this is CSI Dark Sun. You can determine that this is consistent with a mining accident injury.
Ah, this one was killed by mining.
That's the third leading cause of death on Athos.
Umlo think perhaps we need reform coal industry.
It's clean coal. One of the skeletons says.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Umlal. What's mine is yours. Regdar would like to inspect this skeleton.
Su mine, es me mine.
There's still a
19
cleric
medicine
floating around
check.
in here, guys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very exciting.
There is
This cleric is running things real casual.
this skeleton is also a human.
Mm-hmm.
This one has seemingly its skull has been crushed, as if by a large rock of some kind. Also consistent, you would imagine, with a mining accident.
And
I'm gonna yell
they
out,
were brought
come out
here.
from the-
The mining accident did not occur here.
It is clear that they were retrieved from something,
And they are kind of presented
kind
in
of
a
reverently.
ceremonial.
Yes.
Is anybody
Fashion.
watching the door?
Can somebody look at the
I'm going back
Carlos
to the
isn't
door.
over at the door now. Don't worry.
I'm going to call out, come out from the shadows, cleric, and we maybe won't crush you.
Maybe.
I'm closing the door.
Oh, the door's closed.
It may be too late. If
Hey,
if the
cleric, you want to
is
be another
invisible
mining
and
accident?
The
I-
body
I would
Umlo
like-
investigated died from food poisoning. So
We brought mining with us. We could
I'd
kill
like
you
to
with
roll
it.
survival
He ate
and
some
see
rocks.
if I notice any like footprints that we didn't leave that are
Huh.
either toward the door to see if the cleric turned invisible and already left.
Scott's going to be
Or-
like, you find footprints, but they're millennials old.
Not
Millennials?
Millennial
Millennials are
footprints.
killing footprints.
Yeah.
They are the shape of avocados.
That's a 22.
So you see a lot of footprints here.
The only thing you
recent.
find is his carbon footprint.
Do I see any that are pointed out the door? Is what I'm asking.
So
Like
it looks
over,
like
over hours.
it appears as though a lot of people come in here and move around a lot. So it's hard to track through anything. There are lots
Some
of
kind of dance chamber.
Right.
Is
What
you're saying.
I'm specifically looking for is just like right in the section right in front of the door. Like we all came in, so
Right.
obviously like there's a bunch of like
Oh, I see.
tramping of us in. I
Is
just want to see
there
if there are
recent
like,
footprints leading out.
2 footprints going the other way.
Yes.
No.
Bearing the
Okay.
distinctive tread marks of cleric shoes.
Yep. So I'm closing the door.
Penny loafers.
Just in case.
Clerics wear.
And,
Is that what they wear?
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes
Taking
a
up position
bluger.
here, aiming my bow,
I don't know
just
what that
looking
is.
around the room, carefully as I can.
Okay. This room. There are big rocks.
Is there something we can do to perceive better, perceive magic, or something to try and find where this guy is? Other
We could
than
steal his-
come out wherever you are.
We could steal his lantern. That could piss him off.
Oh, cleric! Come
Well,
out to
What
play!
do clerics out? Can we lure them out with cheese or peanut butter or something?
with holiness. Look, I have incense, frankincense, myrrh.
Is the cleric Jesus?
Aren't we all Jesus?
Oh, I sure am.
I have the ability to detect
Walk on water.
elemental energy, but I tried that once before and
It was
everywhere. So
it was everywhere. Yep. Let me know what you want to do. I mean, you can detect magic. Cast detect magic would detect magic. You could investigate, search the room. You could do any number of things.
I think searching the room is a good idea, but I think somebody should be stationed at the door just in case. I don't trust doors anymore, basically. I'm not leaving them
My work here is done.
open behind me ever again.
Doors and statues. How high are the rocks in here? Are they? Is this big? Like, will
They
you
are-
tell me more about what I see.
I will tell you more. So there are 3 stone archways that are high enough for, we'll say they're 10 feet tall, because the room's ceiling is 20 feet tall. So you could easily walk through them. And then there are other rock monoliths that are on the standing upright. And as you look closer, you are surprised because they seem to be delicately perched.
Yeah, I'm just going to start knocking over standing stones and hope that the cleric will get ticked off because we're defiling his sanctum.
All right, you knock over 1 stone, and suddenly,
Oh, great.
all the stones start to levitate 1 inch off the floor.
I look under the stones. Is there a cleric there?
There is no.
Steve, you found the levitation switch.
Oh, good.
And the other stone you knocked over is levitating on its side.
Amlal will try to just push one of the stones.
You push 1 stone, and it easily drifts to the other side of the room.
Amlal is childlike in wonder, and he looks at you between the stones.
And it thuds against the walls.
For those listening to this podcast,
Yeah, sorry, that was a really good job
Dan
on
just
podcasting.
turned his head from side to side rapidly while holding
his
his mouth open
mouth
in
open.
an expression of surprise.
It was well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Well-
I really work best in a visual medium.
Yeah, you need to add in an Omlal exclamation like what?
And somebody hits the arches, and the archway moves as a whole a little bit.
Is there anything
if I-
else
Because
above?
it's an archway.
So you
it's
said
a hole.
the arches are 10 feet up and the ceiling is 20 feet up, right?
Yes,
There's nothing up in can we see all the way up to the ceiling?
you can. It is a vaulted ceiling. There's nothing. high
Okay,
enough
there's
there.
nothing else up there. I was wondering if we could turn these into a ladder or something.
Okay, guys, here's what I want to do. Can we readily push these
They are
these rocks?
easily pushed.
All right. What I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest we line all the rocks up to see if we can get them all in a line on one side of the room, and then we'll all sit behind them and just push them toward the other side of the room, and sweep the room. Because if that cleric is in here,
Sweep the leg.
he's not going to be able to go past the rock barrier, and we'll detect him. It'll hit him. or we'll crush him against the.
Are there enough rocks
the
to
other
do
wall.
that efficiently?
There are not enough rocks to do a clean sweep, and there are more rocks than there are people. So
Oh yeah.
it'll
Well,
be
we could
hard
run.
to push them.
Carlos could run a little bit, but not that
I've
much.
got 4 arms. I can move 4 of them.
Is there mage hand? We
How
can do
long
that
are
too.
your arms?
How many of the monoliths are there? They're like the
They've
big
got like
ones?
17 joints in them. They stretch way
There
out.
are
bugs, man?
an odd array of stone monoliths.
Okay.
All
Not
right.
a specific number.
It's an odd
Hold on,
number.
but,
Steve Lutt's always talking about his joints.
We'll
Anyway.
say there are
Just saying.
I
Seven.
literally have never
I was
used the
just
word
trying to
joints
figure
on
out
a
more if there
podcast
was a
before.
significance to the number or a significance to their placement. Like this seems like maybe they need to go someplace specific.
Should we look at all of the bodies to make sure that there isn't like
One of them,
a
one of them's a cleric pretending to be a dead guy.
to be dead? Yeah.
I am kind of nervous that we will configure the rocks in the right formation and it turns into a giant rock monster. That's the reward for getting them in the right.
This look like arm.
Like maybe this is a Voltron we do not want.
It's the
Yeah, are there
Voltron-
like
it's the Voltron we
clear
deserve.
depressions in the floor that indicate where these things are supposed to go?
no.
Because
You can, as you study the floor a little bit more, you notice in several kind of seemingly unrelated spots in the room, there are scuff marks that make you think that a monolith was here at one point and it moved somewhere else.
Do the monoliths or the rocks seem like they fit together in any way?
They do not.
Pushing a rock.
Can we climb up on one of them?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that.
You are standing on top of
A floating rock.
Floating rock.
All right, I'm
Look,
going to
I'm
shove
on
the
top
rock
of
that
world.
he's on. I'm going to give the rock that he's on a little shove and watch him fly
now
across the
you
room.
slowly are drifting across the room.
Guys, we
It's like
can
a rock
give,
bar.
give me a dex check to make sure it don't fall off.
I have
So is this-
advantage on dex checks against it.
Guys, we could
see.
open
Very easy.
We could open an air hockey place in this
Okay.
dungeon.
I think
Wait,
it's-
why are
Is
we
this-
here again?
Are you sure it's
Trickle
rock
Rock
hockey?
Cave? That we heard about from the quarry person.
The quarryman.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is their meeting place.
Did someone roll Arcana on the rocks and come up with anything?
No.
Oh, we
someone
should
do
do that.
I got a 14.
You know that
I got a 20.
you know the chamber floor seems to be enchanted so that it levitates stones.
You don't say.
And you can
These guys knew how to party.
What manner of magic is this?
ancient magic. You notice that
From nigh on millennia ago.
a moderate impact on the floor, such as a dropped object weighing at least 1 pound, or a firm stamp of the foot activates the levitation effect,
We saw this before. We
which
saw that
lasts
one
for 1 minute.
Uh-oh.
Watch where you leave your
Almost
feet.
says,
people.
uh-oh, as the rocky is on, crashes down to the ground.
I carefully check my feet to make sure they're not tucked under any of
You'll
these rocks.
you'll
Yes.
wait for it to stop, and all the rocks slowly descend and remain kind of perched. Except for the one that's knocked over, it remains as it was knocked over.
Okay, so that was cool.
We had some
Yeah.
fun.
Didn't somebody once say don't move the rocks or something?
I think that was Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, I'm pretty confident it was.
A rock divided upon itself.
No, I swear we heard somebody talk about moving the rocks.
7 years ago.
You do remember
rocks?
that there is something about the believers and moving rocks.
Oh,
Totally
great.
disregarded that one.
Well, the rocks move around and they use the movements of the rocks as a message from the elementals or something to tell them what to do or what is coming.
Guys, let's spell out a mean message for this.
Didn't
Yes,
somebody
so you-
yell,
you
don't
now-
let them move the rocks when we came into this place?
I used the rocks to spell rocks are dumb.
In what language?
Whatever one I can speak.
I'm just keeping a very close eye on the entire room.
So yes, Presta remembers what everybody else has forgotten, and that is that the believers believe that elemental powers move the rocks, and they divine messages from them based on rock placement.
Okay, so this is like their Ouija board room.
Basically, yeah.
Yes. Like the,
But we're still got a
I Ching.
cleric somewhere who is.
Well, so we should leave some sort of a message. Stop worshiping
Could just-
elementals.
knock them all over.
That's
Well,
okay.
if you can move the rocks in any way you like. You know how to do it.
Bring us cookies.
Let's
Maybe
just
we
clump
should
them all in the
investigate
middle.
They're made
the
of
rest of the rest of the bodies on
Bodies.
the slabs.
Yeah, we should check out every single one of the bodies.
So which
mean-
ones have been investigated and which haven't?
The one on the bottom left has.
I will save some time. They are all human skeletons that have injuries that are mining accident related. One has a pick in its head.
How long do I think they've been here? Are
It's an
these?
accident?
I didn't mean to do that.
Accident.
But is this,
Do you
were
like
these
hit something with
accidents?
the bacon and like rebound? That went great.
Oh boy.
Accident.
Accident. Oh, I got a microphone embedded in my head.
Artists.
This is no good.
And
no.
as you are looking around the room,
Podcast accident.
you
Yes.
see
This whole podcast is an accident.
4 kind of frisbee-sized or disc-sized trademark
Yeah, I saved.
crystals. And everyone would recognize these as halfling trade crystals.
Ooh,
Oh.
yes, I know those.
And where did we see these?
You see them in the corner of the room.
Okay. So
Well,
these
that
might
suggests
be left over from that group that may have gotten murdered for the
Yes.
crystals. This is a clue.
Take them.
Regdar takes the crystals. He puts them in his vase.
Oh,
Is there anything else in the area where the crystals
very
were?
large vase.
Is there anything
Is
else in the corner?
Nope,
there's
that's
no
it.
Scraps of halfling clothing, halfling blood.
Some sort of suicide note.
Yeah, halfling fingerprints.
You haven't dusted for fingerprints, but no.
How dusty is this room?
It's very dusty. There's nothing else, just the discs.
So, and there are no doors.
And no window.
Reference acknowledged.
I don't know what that means, but I'm
I say we
There's
take our hour
always
rest in here
my
so people can
way.
spend
Steve is your
hit
ghost
dice.
host.
I think we should just leave.
expensive.
What about that cleric?
Yeah, see,
I think
We don't
he
bother
snuck
him.
out.
He won't bother us.
Yeah, we just keep going.
if
Chalk
he
it-
snuck out, he
Chalk it
didn't
all
leave
up
any-
to a clerical error.
Umlo out.
If he did sneak out, then he either teleported or did something that would not leave footprints.
I mean, we did
Which is
not do a
possible.
great job of covering the door.
I mean-
our plan was scatter and not all be right by the door, so we didn't get shattered again. So
I mean, he also like took one pot shot at us and then ran away. I guess.
I mean,
or is still hiding.
Was
all
it
right.
like a
I suggest let's
He's hiding
spend.
here. He's not trying to. He's not trying.
Do you guys
kill
want to
us.
spend 10 more minutes searching the room, make sure there's not some secret trap door or revolving door
yeah,
or
let's
something
look for
like
secret
that?
doors specifically.
So like everybody spread up. There's enough of those. Everybody can take kind of a quadrant of the room.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Um,
going to look for secret doors towards the north between these two corpses.
All right.
Amla will go wherever he's told, and he'll roll a perception roll. It's 15.
All right, everybody needs to be where they are looking for things.
I'm going to stay by the door unless somebody wants to take my spot by the door, in which case I would leave.
Now you stay
Amla's
pressed
in the
against the
bottom.
door.
Right.
Yes.
Carlos is going to go in the upper right corner.
Right, cool.
And
All right,
he
so
doesn't see
everybody
anything.
is where
I assume
they
we're
are
just
looking.
sliding along the length of the wall, checking
Give
for things on
me
the wall.
so Regdar, what was your? You are doing an investigation
5.
check. So you find a solid wall. Ketchka.
Oh, interesting. So, are these 10-foot squares in here? These are 10-foot, right?
These are 5 foot.
These are 5-foot. Okay, so the measuring thing here is off. Because I was going to say the range for Shatter is 60, so that limits where the dude could have been. But
We start doing some reconstruction with like tape.
Isolate torso.
Yeah.
all right. So I'm sorry. Were you asking
Those
for a
laser
perception
things.
check on me?
For an investigation check, if you are
Investigation. All right.
looking for hidden passageway.
Plus, what is my investigation? Ooh, that's a +7 for me. That's a 10 with my +7.
You find no hidden passages. Carlos didn't find anything. Umlal,
Amla doesn't know enough to look for secret doors. He's looking for anything. So 15 on a perception check.
you see the Delver.
Anything that unusual.
There's nothing unusual.
Okay.
Well, this room is
Floating
pretty
stones.
much unusual, but other than
I
that.
got used to it. It's passe now.
And Shara.
I got a 15 on investigation.
You find nothing there.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was what Regdar asked for. So thank you for your cooperation. Sorry, it was a waste of time.
Well, we haven't really checked every quadrant here, so
Oh, okay.
That is true.
why don't we move along a ways? We'll just rotate clockwise here and try the next area over.
Have we not covered everything, or?
I don't think so.
Right.
Nobody did.
It's a big room.
Well, and technically,
Amlal's just
Amlal
standing
did
and
not
looking.
do an investigate check, so he was looking for.
All right, he'll do an
different
investigate
things.
check.
We did say specifically.
You
look
got
for
a
secret
2.
doors.
Hope you're happy.
Nothing to see there.
I'm going over by Amlal, and I'm going to investigate by Amlal.
Yeah,
Almost
actually.
just like banging his
Wow.
head against
I don't
the
trust
wall.
what Amlal's up to here.
Give me an investigation check.
I got a 24 over there by Amlal.
All right, Ketchka, as you are looking in this corner, you see nothing. No, I'm kidding. You see, you're running one of your. I was going to say mandibles, but that's not right.
Ew.
Little pincer, handy dealies.
No, Mandibles was right. I used
right.
my facial area
Oh, okay. Well,
to search for things.
Who doesn't? That's how I find my keys most days. You notice an unmortared stone outlining a door. You push
I
it.
take out some mortar and I fix it.
All right, it's you do a great job.
No, I didn't actually do that.
Wow, way to cask of Montiaga. Somebody.
If the cleric's back there, he's stuck back there now. He'll never break through this extra inch of mortar.
How's that for a mining accident?
So you think that this looks like it is much like the other doors in that it pivots on a central point.
Oh, okay. I turn and I go, shh. And then I point at the door.
You
I'm
turn
not being very quiet.
I ready my bow and point it in that direction.
door hunting season.
I will converge on that spot.
I'm going to back away from this clump of people that's forming here.
Almost
Yeah,
very
I'm gonna-
confused because Katsuka's like, shh, and then runs away.
I pointed.
Are we scared of wall? What?
Hey, Amlal, open that.
Okay, Amla opens it.
It's probably not a mimic.
to ask first.
Oh, wait, hold on, yeah.
Whisper.
Are you mimic?
If you have to tell us.
What does the door say?
The door remains stonily silent.
Oh,
That's exactly what a mimic would do.
This very good mimic.
Quality mimic. Level 2 mimic.
Amla attacks the door. No, Amla opens the door.
All right, Amlal, you open the door and it pivots satisfyingly, and you see a passage.
Wow, secret doors. This is some quality D&D.
All right, Amla's heading down that passage.
Amlal heads down the passage by himself, closes the door behind him.
Goodbye!
No, I'm going to stay a respectful distance.
You follow this passage, which I'll see if I have any details about the passage.
It looks twisty.
It is a tunnel. So it turns. It's clearly been kind of. So the room that you're in, the kind of the complex, is an ancient room. This looks fairly recent.
This is like an aftermarket tunnel.
Exactly. This is they voided the warranty on this dungeon.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. And you walk down a ways, and you come out of this tunnel into the daylight because it was day when you went down. You've only been down here probably half an hour, maybe at most.
Feel like forever.
And you
At least
come
a couple of
out
months.
in the rock quarry, Melico's rock quarry. You notice
Melicos.
Oh.
and you see it is lunchtime. Actually, it's not lunchtime because
Amla gets a sandwich.
A bunch
nobody.
of guys sitting on rocks with brown paper bags full of sand.
You think it's weird that nobody is working because it is daytime, but then you remember a giant sinkhole opened in the middle of town, and they probably ran to investigate.
Suckers.
Guys, we can just leave town now and report. This is how we can start our new lives. They'll
Can
report
I
us
do
dead. I
Guys,
guys,
do a
I have a social
survival check
security
now?
card for each of
Yes.
Oh man, but I wanted to buy that crappy tavern.
you. You can with your new identity. That's a great way to funnel money.
It's a 13, but I want to see if I can. Is this a well-used passageway? Did somebody, single person, just come through here? What do I find?
What did you roll?
It's a 13 on my survival.
Well, you were, you know that somebody recently came through here, but it doesn't look like this is super well used. It does look like the cleric, you surmise the cleric took this passageway and went somewhere.
Okay.
And my headphones are freaking out.
Yeah, its balance is off or something.
All right.
Sure,
Well,
Erica.
Did we ever look through that stuff that was scattered on the floor in the other room? I think we kind of just...
You did not.
Sounded like there were some gems and whatnot.
There's lots of whatnot.
Ooh, whatnot. That's my favorite.
Why not?
So everybody's going. What is everybody going back to the room full of corpses? Well, there are actually 2 rooms full of corpses. In here.
2 for
I
1.
want to take special note of like what this area looks like from the outside, so that we can come back in this way from the quarry area if we
Sure. So
should need to.
Is it
clearly
super
looks-
concealed or anything?
Yes, it is concealed behind an outcropping of rock. So quarries are not all active. All areas of a quarry are not actively mined at the same time.
Steve, be sure to mark it as your... No.
Oh dear. And so this is concealed behind an outcropping of rock, and it looks as though it is in kind of a disused part of the quarry.
All right, this is where
I
all
lift
the
a leg and I
garbage
mark it.
rock comes from.
Yes, this is where the crap.
Yes. No, they're currently rotating the rocks here.
Yeah, you got it's lying fallow.
There'll be extra.
If
fertile
I-
next-
That is how quarries
Let
work.
the rock grow. Yeah, that makes sense.
I half paid attention in 4th grade. That's how it works.
That's right.
Don't
So
tell
if
me
I-
otherwise.
The Native Americans did that.
If I move a little ways out from where this is, kind of as
Yep.
stealthily as possible, can I do a survival check farther away from like the entrance to see if I can tell like which direction somebody may have gone from here? Like, were they walking away from wherever the buildings are or elsewhere?
Well, you can see. Roll.
I rolled a 2, so forget it.
So no. I was going to tell you something too.
Well, I mean, with my pluses, that comes up to a, let's see, 6,
It wasn't going to be anything good.
11.
Yeah, that's good enough for me to tell you that you see some clear footprints out of kind of the disused area of the quarry, and they go into the more active area of the quarry where it's nearly impossible to track anything
Okay.
because of all kinds of crap.
All right. So at least they're not heading to another secret tunnel in this part of the quarry.
Secret
from,
tunnel.
As far as I can tell.
I don't know what that means.
All right. Well,
Secret
I
tunnel.
passed that information on to my friends.
Through
Do you
the
wanna-
mountains.
Was this cleric wearing a mask or something, or could we identify this person if we found him around town?
If you saw him again, you would recognize him. He was not masked.
I certainly would.
Yes, Presta has it. He is a human, and he's burned into her memory.
What did his eyes look like, Presta?
Crazy.
Crazy eyes. And his nose.
That's all we need to know.
And
It's
his
all
nose.
crazy eyes.
His nose.
We ran across
He
it.
had very, very bright blue eyes, which
Blue
oh,
piercing
it's really
eyes.
bright. Yeah.
We
Just
passed
makes
that
you look
that door in
looked as
town
if
that
they
said
were
"Crazy Eyes the
shards of
Fletcher."
a
We should have stopped in there.
Is there an optometrist in town that we can check and look through their
Oh,
What was that?
That was nothing.
I don't know. I think I opened a chest.
That was. There's a lot of talk about secret tunnels.
did you have to listen to the secret tunnel?
I had to listen to the.
I don't understand what's going on.
Oh my god!
referencing knowledge.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, so
No one ever played Legends of Zelda.
Presta's actually doing some
No one did.
adventuring work here. Everybody else, what are you doing?
I'm going to start heading back to that room very quietly to see if I can find anything interesting scattered around in the stuff on the floor.
Did we do anything useful in this dungeon, or did
Nope.
we just? I mean, we saved some kids, right?
Save some kids.
Okay, that
Some
was a long time ago.
townspeople.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like-
anything useful.
Also, really, Carlos saved that extra kid.
No one saw that.
Nope.
Okay.
Can't prove it.
Yeah.
The
Also, Carlos has a habit of always being like, "Oh yeah, I saved a kid" whenever he's lost. So it's a boy who cried wolf situation.
I saved a kid again.
It's the mole who cried boy.
Yeah.
That's right. You also will recall that you discovered a room with giant rats in it that had corpses.
I
in
don't
it.
remember
Remember that? No? Okay.
Sounds fake.
Rat facts with Scott McNulty.
Just trying to remember, recall to your memory. things
Secret
that you saw.
tunnel.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go check out the stuff that's scattered around on the floor in the statue room.
Is everybody else going with him?
Sure.
But I'm doing it quietly because there's still a half-orc that thinks we left.
That is true. Do you want to roll stealth?
We did leave. We're just coming back now.
That's what we went the wrong way.
We fulfilled our promise.
We didn't find the secret door, so we.
Well, where there's one secret door, maybe there are more.
Let me see. Stealth.
There aren't any more.
But if everybody,
Every
everybody's
door
going,
you haven't found yet.
you all
is
need
a
to roll
kind of
stealth if
secret
you want to be
door.
stealthy.
Window?
I've got an 18 for stealth.
Never any secret windows.
Is anybody else being stealthy, or is it Ketchka kind of creeping and
sure.
other people just
I'll
boisterously?
I'll roll stealth. It's going to go
22.
great.
Oh, good. The ever sneaky Omlal has decided to join us.
10 plus whatever my stealth bonus is.
Minus.
It is a 2, 12.
Ah, there you go.
See, I can be sneaky.
Ish.
Ish.
All right, it seems like you all are sneaking into the dwarf statue room. You take a few moments and you gather up the coins that were scattered across the room in the melee, and you find 440 copper pieces, 200,
Which is like
rich.
$1.30, right?
just telling you what you find, 253 silver pieces, and 97 gold pieces.
Ooh, Coming to 100 gold pieces.
You also find 6 small green agates that I will tell you now are worth 5 gold each. Not 50 gold.
I like the earlier valuation better.
And you find 2 polished moonstones that are each worth 50 gold pieces.
Excellent. We pocket it all.
And you
Except
also
maybe the copper pieces, because they're just going to weigh us down.
You also find a dagger that is sitting, it's in the corner now because it got kicked during the fight. It's decorated with a star motif, and it has a grip of night blue leather. Dried blood still coats the dagger.
I cast Arcane on it to see if it's
I was just gonna say.
Arcane. 22.
It is arcane. You notice that there is a word graven on the dagger's pommel. Rezor. And you know that often magic items require a word to activate their power.
Rezor!
Oh, like
no.
the Resor dogs.
Yes.
They're outside.
Who
This
let them
Resor
out?
has 5 blades.
No.
Boy,
I don't know what's
I'm
going
sorry
on
I
anymore.
laughed at that. I'd like to go back and not laugh at that.
Too late.
Laughter, laughter. Quick, Steve, laugh in reverse.
Umla, were you holding the dagger when you said it?
Hell yeah.
Suddenly, the blade gives off a faint, cold glow, shedding dim light in a 10-foot radius.
What? This dagger also nightlight.
And you know that it is a +1 dagger.
Ooh. I've got one more dagger, and it's a +1 dagger.
Oh, Umla's taking the dagger.
I was holding it.
Yes, sir.
Nobody challenged me. Does someone want a +1 dagger?
I have no use for
Does
that.
anybody use daggers?
Is this a dagger?
I mean, I have one that,
Would you like a +1 one?
sure, I'll take it.
Mine.
No. If you want to keep it, Omlop, that's fine.
I'll never get to keep anything.
All right. It's all yours, Omlop.
Aw.
It's
Have
you
yours,
keep it,
Omlop.
big guy.
A faint, cold glow emanates for 10 feet.
He's
from
holding
the
it
dagger.
under his face like it's a flashlight. You're telling a ghost story.
Don't hold a dagger so
So
close
if you
to
say
your face.
Roser,
and
does
stop
the thing
running
turn off?
with it.
So the question is, do we go like back the way we came and make it look like we didn't find that tunnel?
Seems
Like,
a
are the
lot of
townspeople-
work.
I also
Who's
assume
watching?
that you search the bodies of the banditos.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Because nobody
Yeah, I
mentioned
actually
that.
said that when we were in
Yeah.
there originally.
There you go. You find a bunch of scimitars and some crossbows. They're not carrying anything else except they also, each of them has a dun-colored robe in their backpack. And at the bottom of the backpack, they each have a mask that is made of kind of carapace, but it's had an applique put on it to make it look like as though it were gold.
Should we
It's
take
been
those? So that
bedazzled?
are there 5 of
Don't
those?
let
We're
Couch
like
go.
7, right?
There are 6 of them.
We should totally keep those for later. Everybody take a mask.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds
And
good.
they are
Costume party.
they look like
Shocktober.
Ghouls night.
Ghouls.
Ghouls night.
I can wait.
I think we're done.
He actually looks really patient when you're here in the room with him. It's like he's yeah.
He actually could wait.
Yeah,
I
make a
could.
sandwich, Scott.
That's right.
Put your feet up.
I just traveled hundreds of miles to be in this room with you.
Wow, it sounds like a horrible mistake when you say it out loud like that.
They look like gargoyles.
Wait, are we still talking about the masks, or are you talking about those three in the room with you?
Oh yes, Steve. Yes.
They look like they do look like gargoyles, actually.
Yes.
You could call them gargoyles.
No, you could not.
That's legally protected as a trademark.
So everybody's taking a mask. Are you taking a robe as well?
Well, yeah. I
Yes.
mean, the robe goes
It'll-
with the mask.
I'm afraid it'll be a little short on me, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I feel like that's not going to work so hot for Kachka, so maybe I'm going to be your Chewbacca-style prisoner if we have to fool anybody.
You don't think they're an inclusive cult of delving?
I mean, aside from like that, the half giant who's wearing a robe that probably comes down to his knees.
And everybody roll intelligence check.
I also like the idea that they may not have spares, and so the next time they come here, they'll be like, "Where are our robes, guys?" And
That's just where we keep them.
the jig is up.
I got a
I got
14.
an 8.
Intelligence
rolling?
check, you say?
Intelligence
Seven.
check.
That's gonna go bad for Carlos.
Wow.
17.
16
Whoa.
for Amlal.
Anybody who
The
We know
Inspiration
something.
Brothers.
We intelligent.
You know that it is robe.
anybody who got 10 or higher knows
That's
that can put kind of two and two together and
It's
recognize.
four.
Yes, recognize the
Oh
dagger.
no, is Carlos doing the Amlal thing now? Because I can.
it's spreading.
It contagious. Regular vocabulary deteriorating fast. Appreciation of porcelain at critical levels.
Save self. Save self.
Me not like this new wrinkle.
Notices the blood.
Shoot me.
Notices that the dried blood on the dagger could also be related to the corpses that you found in the other room that had that strange symbol carved into their forehead, which you probably none of you remember in actual.
I did have
people.
that thought, but
It coincidence.
No, you
rolled
know.
higher than
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You
It-
know it is
Not coincidence.
That's right. So, as if that dagger was used to carve those symbols.
Everybody, I think this was
Try,
the dagger
uh,
that was used.
try saying the power word and carving that symbol like into the dust on the floor. Or something.
About to get real dark there. Yeah.
There
Hey,
are
there's plenty of fresh
I
corpses
was
you
gonna
can
say.
carve them into.
Yeah,
okay.
but
corpses.
Yeah, sure, I'll give that a try.
Oh, desecrate a corpse, sure.
I'm all not big on the morals thing. It just meat now.
That's true. All right, All hunches
gonna eat a
Do it with
over
the one
is
with
he?
the name. Do it on the
Yeah.
one with the name.
over Jim.
Jim.
Jim's
Jim.
corpse. Brushes off some blood from his forehead and carves in a.
As a player, I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This is the work of heroes, people.
Yes. Carves in very deeply because Withmal's very strong. A triangle with a one line going up at the bottom of the base. He says the word of the dagger. A chill light spills out for 10 feet, and now the corpse has got a sign carved into his forehead.
Amla must investigate how he feel inside about this. Not good.
Roll investigate.
Everybody seems cool.
Yeah, can I?
That was really gross, Amlal. What are you doing?
I got 10 on an intelligence check.
Well, you know that symbol wasn't there before you carved it into his forehead.
What have Amla done?
Oh my god.
And there's nothing. I mean, you don't notice there was no kind of like arcane power that was summoned as you were doing it. You don't feel any differently. You
Right, so
might
that was
feel
just creepy and weird. Got
slightly
it.
worse
Check.
about yourself, but that's it. And you do hear coming from well, everybody who's in the room, give me a perception check.
All right.
14.
19.
16.
All right. Anybody who got over a 15 hears in the other room a stern voice say, "Grund, what's the meaning of this? Get out of my way. I'm going through that door."
Okay, I quickly wave them over and point towards the other door, and start sidling out.
And Grund,
Sure.
you hear Grund say, "I didn't do anything. It was like that when I got here."
Oh, that guy should totally join our party. He's just like us.
He may need a new job soon.
What are these purple pants you're holding?
Yeah, do you guys? We could. I
Would you
mean,
like some stew?
we could go into town and put up a posting for a new intern.
Presta, come on, out of the room.
Yeah, I will.
The door is opening. And you hear, well, I don't know. So are you going through both doors? Are you closing both doors behind you?
I'm almost gonna hang out and just like on this, like just here. He's like peeking through the door.
Oh, you're peeking through the door. All right. So
Oh,
overall, you
boy.
see, I don't think you've met this person, but you see a human walk in who is wearing what you take to be a uniform. You've seen constables around the town, so you recognize the constable uniform. And this is a constable. And he's looking around and saying to Grund, "Is there anybody else here? There are a lot of people who are hurt. We need to figure out what's going on." And Grund says, "Nobody here.
Technically, there's nobody here right now.
Nope, you're not supposed to be here. Can't disturb the Delvers."
What does the constable say to that?
He says, "Well, the Delvers disturbed Kled, so I need to make sure that everybody else is safe
All right.
down here."
I think this guy's legit. I think this is
And Grund says, "Harbuck, you can't be here. You know that the believers don't want us down here."
Everyone's looking at Almal. And Almal, the only thing I think is like Almal like steps through the door and goes, "Ta-da!" And even Almal realizes that's not the best idea right now.
Keep listening, dude.
All right, I
Okay. Well, Harbuck says, "Well, where does this door go?" And he points to the one to the north, which is not the one that you are hiding behind. And Grund says, "Well, you don't need to look behind that door.
that always works really well on cops,
Some
by the way.
storage. That is not Delver related.
Giant rats back there.
There's a rat infestation. Thank you, inspiration. Whoever told me
Grund
that.
is like the
That's me.
guy in Law and Order who's like, "Yeah, I'm too busy to unloading this truck to talk to you about the 8 murders that happened across the street an hour ago.
Gotta get this stuff moved.
Yeah, gotta get this truck moving.
That's right.
I live in the Bronx. This is nothing new."
I gotta move these refrigerators. I gotta move these color TVs.
color TVs.
Color TVs?
And Harvick says, "Well,
That ain't working.
Grund, I think that I'm going to check it out." And so he pushes open the door and leaves the room, and Grund is following him, saying, "Really, there's nothing back here." And they're kind of far away now, so you can't really hear what they're saying.
Almal like turns around and like waves at the rest of the team, like they're gone.
They're gone. That's how you wave "they're gone," by waving and saying "they're gone."
Yes.
All right, what is the rest of the team doing?
Well, I say we get out.
I've stumped you. All right, well, you've got multiple ways of egress. You could go through the tunnel, the secret tunnel. You could go back the way you came. The way you came is where Harbuck now is with Grund. You could go through the door in the other room that you didn't go through. You didn't even check out that other room, really. You found the kid under some rocks, but you didn't look around. Those are really the two options you have, unless somebody has something that I am unaware of.
Which room did we not look into?
The room Grund was hanging out in, we didn't fully explore it.
We can check that out.
I mean,
Sure.
you could, you might, I mean, I don't know. Regdar favors just leaving.
Yeah, it's probably smart to hightail it while we can,
Yeah,
especially since we're
agreed.
all still in kind of a bad way.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, both from a tactical, we're pretty beat up, and also we don't want to get into complicated discussions that we are not quite qualified to lie our way out of with the local
well,
Never stopped us before.
We certainly have practiced enough.
Guys, I don't even remember all my fake identities at this point.
I think your hotel
inspectors, yes.
hotel inspectors. You're
We
trying
also
to find
were
rock.
We were also gravel
Stone
inspectors.
buyers?
I think we were buying
Yeah,
buying
something.
rock.
Sorry, rock buyers.
Yeah.
Hotel inspectors, rock purchasers.
Mm-hmm. I think you
We
were
need tanned stuff for some reason.
Yeah, caravan enthusiasts.
Everybody
It's
loves
all.
caravans.
It's. I'm just saying. Someday those people are all going to be in the same room, and
Seamless.
we are going to have a complicated backstory to tell.
It's gonna be
We
a
wear
hell of
many
a
hats.
Marx Brothers movie again.
Yeah. I'm just saying
All
we
right, let's
didn't. We
clear
didn't
out
wear
through the quarry.
disguises for talking
Should
to
we
any
go,
of those
like-
people.
Should we go like take a nap back at the inn or something?
Yeah.
And which way are you going to go out the secret tunnel, or are you
I
going
think
to
we should
go out the sinkhole?
secret tunnel to the quarry.
I think
Yeah.
you.
I
think there's-
and there was also, you'll remember. You probably won't remember this, but the chamber that you came through, there was another tunnel.
Yeah, there was a tunnel up north.
Yep.
It's true.
Oh, you did remember. See, I underestimated
maybe-
all of you. I
Well, it's on a
apologize.
map, so I didn't. Not so much that I remember.
Oh, that's right.
as
You can
looked
scroll
at the
around.
map again.
Maps.
We should maybe
How do they
come
work?
back after we've rested and check that out,
Yeah.
possibly.
This tunnel's not going
That's a
anywhere.
good idea.
What if the tunnel leaves?